Hey everybody, I'm Rosalie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing an ocean blue smoky eye look. Now this look is very glamorous and has a lot of glow on the face, as you can see. I think it's very suitable for events or night outs. Now without further ado, let's get into the tutorial. For the base today, we're using the Smashbox Studio Skin Hydration Foundation. It gives a dewy, wet look, which is what we're going for today. I'm concentrating around the center of my face, which is under my eyes, on my chin, my nose, and a little bit on my forehead. I'm using a kabuki brush to blend everything out. Next, I'm using the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation to go over my face again. Just to give myself a little bit more coverage, I'm using the same kabuki brush with a stippling motion just to make sure everything goes on seamlessly. Now when doing your foundation, it's very important to go over your eyes, the corner of your mouth, the edge of your forehead, and the most important part, your neck. Next step, we are using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I'm using it to conceal the pimple on my face as well as brighten up my under eye area. Then I'm taking the Smashbox Photo Finish Shadow Primer to prime my eyelids. Then I'm using the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. I put a little bit of the product in the lid and swirl around with a big fluffy powder brush and gently applied on my forehead, under my eyes, on my nose, basically anywhere that I feel like I might get oily. As you notice, we're not baking our face because I don't want to take away the natural shine the foundation gave. Next, we're taking the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray because we want to make sure our face is not moving around even without a lot of powder. Moving on, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz and I'm using the spoolie side first. I'm brushing my eyebrows into its natural growth direction. Then I'm going to use the other side, which is the pencil. I'm going to follow my eyebrow shape and draw a line along the bottom and extend a little bit at the end. Then I'm going to draw another line along the top of my brows with a little bit of arch and connect with the first line. And fill in the middle part with light strokes. After that, I'm taking the Essence Make Me Brow Brow Mascara to lighten my natural hair color and comb everything in place. I'm brushing the front of my brows up to give it a more defined look. Moving on to the eyes, the first palette we're using is ABH Soft Glam Palette, and we're using the color Dusty Rose. I'm using a fluffy blending brush to apply the color all over my eyelids as a base. Next, I'm taking the ABH Prism palette with the color Osiris, which is a deep blue shimmery shade. Using a flat shadow brush, I'm applying the color to the outer corner of my eyes, and then I'm using a fluffy brush to blend the edges and blend it towards the inner corner of my eyes. Then I'm taking the Urban Decay Heavy Metals eyeshadow palette. Using the shade Dive, which is a sky blue metallic color, I apply it at the center of my eyelids. And then I'm going back to the Soft Glam palette and take the shade Sienna as a transitional color. Using a blending brush, I'm applying the color to the crease and the outer corner and diffuse it with a clean fluffy brush. Next, I'm using the color Noir to apply it to the outer corner on my eyes, very close to my lashes, and then use a blending brush to blend it out. By doing so, I'm adding dimension to my eyes. Now I'm just going back to the shade Dive to add intensity to the center of my lids. Next, I'm taking the shade Glam Rock, which is an icy metallic color. I'm placing it on the very middle part of my eyelids with a tiny shadow brush. Going back to Sienna, we're gonna place it on the under eye area and blend it out. Then we're taking Spandex from the Urban Decay palette and smudge it out on our lash line. This will help us balance out the eye look to mirror what we did on the eyelids. After that, I'm going to grab the Estee Lauder eyeliner pencil in black. I'm going to tightline my upper lash line. What I like to do is gently lift my eyelid with my pinky finger and look down to a mirror and glide on the pencil. And I'm using a black liquid liner from Kate. I'm gonna start at the middle part of my eyelids and work my way into the inner corner and connect them with a wing. Now I'm going back to Glam Rock with a small shadow brush and applying the color to the inner corner of my eye to brighten up the whole look. Next, I'm using the NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer to clean up any fallouts and sharpen the edges. Then I'm gonna go back to the pencil liner and line the outer third of my lower lash line. For contouring, I'm using Benefit Hoola Bronzer. First, I'm gonna take a clean fluffy brush to blend the edges of my eyeshadows and then bring it down to the two sides of my nose. Then I'm gonna go ahead and contour my face. I'm using an angled brush to contour underneath my cheekbone first, and then using circular motion, I bring the color down to my jawline and my neck. For blush, I'm using the Hourglass Ambient Light collection in Moon Exposure. Starting from the upper part of my cheekbone, I'm bringing the color towards my temple. For highlight, I'm using the ABH Aurora Light palette. I'm using the color Orion, which is a highlighter with a blue sheen to it. I'm using a small angled brush to place the color underneath my brows, down the center of my nose bridge, and on top of my cupid's bow. Then I'm using a bigger flat brush to place the highlighter on top of my cheekbones and on my chin and a little bit on the forehead. For lips, I'm using the NYX Lingerie liquid lipstick in the color Bedtime Flirt, which is a nudie pink color. This lip color is a matte shade, so I'm just gonna go over with this Shiseido lip gloss, which is in a similar shade, just to give my lips some shine. And finally, we're at our last step of the makeup, just giving myself a good mist of this Urban Decay all-nighter setting spray, and we are all done. So this is the final makeup look. If you guys like this video, please thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys next week. Bye!